Section 1.6, the design of experiments. The objectives are to describe the characteristics of an experiment, the steps, and explain completely randomized design and match pair design. So what I would like you to do is go back to pages 6 to 8 and review the definitions of cross-sectional studies, case control studies, cohort studies, observational studies, response variable, and explanatory variable. Then I would like you to read these definitions. If any of those definitions are unclear, please post in the discussion board. So let's start with the objective 1.2. The use of placebos in design experiments is a way to form a control group in a design experiment. What is the placebo effect? This occurs when a placebo treatment has measurable effects. So you may have heard of the placebo effect, and this is the definition we will be using. So let's look at an example. Lipitor is a cholesterol-lowering drug made by Pfizer. In the cards, the effect of Lipitor on cardiovascular disease was assessed in 2,838 subjects, ages 40 to 75 with type 2 diabetes, without prior history of cardiovascular disease. In this placebo-controlled, double-blind experiment, subjects were randomly allocated to either Lipitor 10 milligrams daily or placebo and were followed for 4 years. The response variable, whether there was an occurrence of any major cardiovascular event or not. Lipitor significantly reduced the rate of major cardiovascular events. There were 61 deaths in the Lipitor group versus 82 deaths in the placebo group. So with the placebo effect, that was with measurable effects. So this probably would not be the best example because we're comparing deaths. So maybe for the placebo would be if we're taking a pill for headaches. Well, when someone receives the placebo effect, they might be thinking that their headaches is going away. For this example, what does it mean for the experiment to be placebo controlled? Well, the placebo control group serves as a baseline against which to compare the results from the group receiving Lipitor. What does it mean for the experiment to be double-blind? The subjects and the individuals monitoring the subjects do not know whether the subjects are receiving Lipitor or the placebo. What is the population for which the study applies? Individuals from 40 to 75 years of age. Okay, we cannot stop here. You need to include everything after that. So ages 40 to 75 with type 2 diabetes without prior history of cardiovascular disease. So that whole underlined portion is the population. So let's add to that. With type 2 diabetes, without a prior history of cardiovascular disease. What is the sample? The sample is the 2,838 subjects in the study. What are the treatments? 10 milligrams of Lipitor, or daily, sorry, let's include that daily, or 10 milligrams of a placebo daily. They need to be the same amounts because otherwise the people maybe administering or taking the pills would know that they're in the placebo group. So we keep everything the same as possible. So this placebo should taste and smell and be the same amount as the actual drug. What is the response variable? So what are we trying to find out? We are trying to find out whether the subject had a major cardiovascular event. So would that be qualitative or quantitative? So qualitative is your quality or a non-numerical. So yes or no, they had a cardiovascular event. So this would be qualitative.